Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing and creating some looks with the newest DANESSA MYRICKS Lightworks palette. This is the Lightworks Volume 6 Freedom palette, and this year's DANESSA MYRICKS limited edition holiday palette is extra special because she has come out with like the most innovative palette packaging I have seen probably ever, to be honest with you. I'm very excited about the way she went about this one, and so far packaging wise the only negative thing about this palette is that she didn't do it before, because it's beautiful. We're going to swatch everything, we're going to create some looks, and at the end of this video I'll tell you whether or not this pretty pricey palette, because let's face it, it is pretty pricey, is worth the money or not. Let's go ahead and get started. Everything that I'm about to mention and talk about is listed and linked in the description box of the video below, so if you're interested in purchasing anything, please shop using the links I'm leaving you down there or the products tagged on the screen. And let me show you what the actual palette looks like inside of this box. Here is what the palette looks like once you open the box, and inside the box there is this palette, and there's also this leather pouch right here, which I'll show you what this is for in a second. The palette has 18 shades and each shade is 1.2 grams, which is a little bigger than usual. Usually shades are 1 gram each. The palette has a 12-month shelf life, and I'm pretty sure this one's made in China. Let me double check. It says it's designed in the US and made in China from domestic and international materials. Let me just show you what things look like once you open this. Take a look right here. This is the color story of the palette, which, as you can see, it's divided between 3 different smaller palettes of 6 shades each. Now, I keep telling you that the coolest thing about this palette is the packaging. Let me show you why. You can store it like this, or on the front of the palette you can get this part out right here, which has the name of the palette, and then on this side there is a mirror, and this part right here is magnetized, so you can use it as the top for the 6-pan palettes, and you can use them individually like this. Take a look at how thin they are, and again the mirror is perfect right there, but you can take it even further than that and not just have the one palette with you, but actually take all of the 6-pan palettes on the go. So this is what the packaging looks like once everything is together, nice and compact. And if you were wondering what the leather pouch was for, you can then store your palette inside of here and take it with you very easily on the go. It is genius packaging in my opinion. I absolutely love that aspect of the palette. It's fantastic. Now obviously the thing that I'm going to be the most curious about is the formula, so let's go ahead and go for the swatches. Oh, I forgot to mention that you can also take the individual shades out and customize your palette in whichever way you want, because each one of the shades is also in there with a magnet, and you can also very easily take them out. How cool would it have been if her palettes from previous years at least had like this size pan in their shadows, and you could use those palettes to put in this format? That would have been the coolest. Unfortunately, not the case, but hopefully all of her palettes in the future are like this, because I love this concept. Before I start swatching, along with reviewing the palette, I'm going to be showing you how to use the new Rephr Shoto brushes. In today's video, Rephr just launched a collection of new brushes for them. These are Japanese calligraphy inspired. They come to very fine tips. They have the greatest versatility because you can be very precise with these, or you can also use the sides of the brush to very easily blend out your product. I've been using these for months now and they are incredible. So if you're interested, definitely check the link in the description box below and you can shop your Shoto brushes from Rephr. They are fantastic. I'm not sure if my shades are in the right order of the names back here, so I'm not going to name them. I'm just going to swatch them. So starting with these 3, then these, and then moving on to the next 6-pan palettes like so. Here are the first 3 shades. Very, very beautiful shifty shades, as you can see. And here are the swatches. So pretty. Very pigmented. Quite blinding. Let's go for the next 3. And it looks like each one of the color stories has one of these more satin shade, a bit less shiny. That is going to be great for crease work. Here are the next 3 colors. I took off the bracelet. There we go. Here's that creamy, more satin shade. That is going to be great for the crease. And I'm moving on to these shades right here. Super intense purpley shades for sure. Let's go ahead and swatch them. Ooh, that is a beautiful duochrome shade. So stunning. Obviously, to like this palette, you have to love sparkle. You have to love the holiday-esque looks, because all of what you're getting in the palette pretty much is very sparkly, very shiny, and very shifty. Here are the next 3 colors. Ooh, I love that blue. And then this one here is the more satin shade from this palette. So let's go for the last 6-pan palette. Beautiful. And the last 3 shades. These 2 colors are super shifty. Almost didn't fit. Almost. Alright, so take a look right here. These are all 18 of the shades swatched. All of them are very creamy, very pigmented, and extremely shifty. So far, the formula looks incredible. I got you guys a little closer. Let's create some eyeshadow looks with this palette. I'm going to start with the Shoto 03 brush from Rephr and this color here. And I'm going to add it to the outer third of my eyelid. And then I'm also going to work it into the crease. This is, if you're familiar with Rephr brushes, like a Rephr number 15 brush, but pointed instead of that flat edge that the number 15 brush has, which is great for blending. This one, in order to blend better, you have to kind of lay it on the side like this so that it widens a bit, but you can get precision with it, and it also will help you blend the shade easily. So here's what that shade looks like blended all throughout the crease. And even though this palette is intense and colorful, I'm not in the mood for super colorful, intense looks right now. So I want to do something that's a bit more of like a wash. This is the darkest color I think I want to use on this eye. And I'm bringing it all the way to the inner corner of the crease, making sure it blends like a nice wash of color all throughout. Shoto 02, which is like a number 14 but pointed. And I'm going to grab that same color and very precisely smudge it underneath my lower lash line here, adding a little bit more to the outer third of the crease. I'm going to grab this color here, and with my finger I'm going to tap it on the outer half of the eyelid. I want to bring it up ever so slightly onto the crease. Then with my Shoto 00, which by the way, this is my favorite one out of the 3 Shoto brushes because it's super versatile. It's like a Rephr number 1 but pointed. I'm going to grab this color here, and I'm going to add it onto my eyelid and see I can blend with these brushes, but I can also define with them because they come to a teeny tiny point. Back with the first color and the Shoto 00, I'm going to add a bit more dimension to the outer third back here. And for the waterline, I used a One Size Beauty lip liner in the shade Adeline. And so before any lashes, take a look at the romantic eyeshadow look right here. I'm going to use the middle palette for this eye, and I'm going to start with the satin shade, of course, and the Shoto 03 from Rephr. And I'm going to add it to the outer third, and then very lightly blend it upwards with the tip of this brush. I don't think I want to extend this color much because it's pretty pigmented and pretty dark. And like I said, I was going for more, I mean, is this considered ethereal? It's pretty colorful still. I don't know. I just don't want anything that is extremely intense. So I'm going to leave it at this. And then with the Shoto 00, I'm going to grab this color and I'm going to run it through the crease and sort of use it to blend that more intense blue. I'm going to grab this color, and I think I want to add it right in the center, tapping it with my finger. With the Shoto 02, I'm going to go back to the satin shade because I do want to define the under eye a bit with it, just back and forth. I'm adding that color under here. And then with the Shoto 00, I'm going to grab this shade, and that is going to be the inner third of the eyelid. On the waterline, I use the Deep End eyeliner from Urban Decay. And so before any lashes, take a look right here at what things are looking like. I actually think I like the blue look even more than I like the pink look, if I'm being honest, which is unexpected because usually I'm not into blue eyeshadow, but I just love how shifty that is. Now, if you want to see me using this 6-pan palette here on its own, definitely check out this look right here that I created in my previous video. I'm going to link it up there on the eye. I am going to be doing a third look in today's video, but I want to combine this palette with some mattes and just use the shimmers and see what we come up with then. So let me go ahead and take off my eyeshadow looks, and we'll do look number 3. I'm still in the mood for something kind of simple but ethereal, and so I'm going to combine the palette with Groundwork's defining neutrals here. I'm gonna get a couple shades from here and then combine with the stunning shimmers. I think the first color I'm going to grab is the shade Chiseled, the cream one, with my Shoto 03 brush from Rephr, and I'm going to use it for the outer third of the eyelid and also the crease of the eye. Back here, just blending. Same color and the Shoto 02 so that I can define the under eye. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do for this one. I'm going to start by grabbing this shade here because this one is very ethereal with a hint of blue. And I'm going to add it to the inner corner and inwards a bit. Same thing over here. But I think I can combine it with green/yellow shades as well. I don't have to go blue. I'm going to jump to this one. And this one I'm going to add on the eyelid. I love that I can add it all throughout my eyelid and then with the same brush, define where I want the shade to stop. Oh, you know what? That might work. That is this color up here. And I'm going to add it on the outer third-ish of the eyelid back here, right between the matte and the shimmers I just added. I'm going to grab a little more of that same color with my Shoto 00 and deepen up the outer third of the eyelid with it. And I think with the 02, I also want to add a little right under my lower lashes all throughout. Did I just make a very colorful palette look kind of neutral? Because I think I did. I added a bronzy shade to my waterline. This is Laura Mercier's eyeliner in shade Bronze. Just mascara, no lashes. Here is what we're looking like, and I do want to add some lashes to this one. Back with the lashes on, and I also put on some lipstick. This is the Say Beauty lip liner in the shade Tease, and then right in the center I have this Westman Atelier lipstick in the shade Pique, which I love, and I told you guys it would be perfect for the fall season. 'Tis the fall season and I love it. So check it out. This right here is the finished look. My final thoughts on this palette is that formula wise it is excellent. If you like super shiny sparkly shades, shifty duochrome, multi-chrome type shades, you are absolutely going to love it. Is it pricey? Yes, do keep in mind that you are getting a lot of product in each shadow. Whether or not it is worth it for you to purchase is your own personal thing. Just think about how much use you'll get out of this one and whether or not you think you'll pick it up, whether the travel friendliness of it is worth it for you to invest in this palette. I all in all think is absolutely beautiful, but I also can recognize that it is a pretty pricey palette. So again, whether or not I think you should get it honestly depends upon how much use you think you'll get out of it. Because while I can absolutely see this palette getting a ton of use, especially if you combine it, I think the best way for me personally to use it is combining it with other shades, and I feel like that way I can get a lot of use out of it. So if you think you're going to use it a lot like that, I do recommend it. But you know, I wouldn't get it just to like let it sit in a drawer, because it is expensive. Anyways, I do absolutely love it, and I have loved every single look that I've created with it so far. The formula is great, and the packaging, as you saw, is ingenious. I do recommend that you get your hands on the newest Rephr brushes. There is no other product in my collection that I personally use as much as eyeshadow brushes, because this is literally something that I use on a daily basis. These and the rest of my eyeshadow brushes are constantly getting used, and so I think that the brushes are worth every single penny. The links to everything are of course down below in the description box of this video, so definitely check out the links if you're interested in purchasing anything. If you liked today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.